Hey everyone, Chastain on Gaming here with a guide on how to quickly complete Silksong's first area, Moss Grotto, and find and defeat the first boss, Moss Mother. First, I'm going to walk you through how to quickly navigate Moss Grotto, and we'll cover how to collect 2 valuable Mossberries early in your playthrough. We start with only 1 mask and are prompted to bind. Masks represent health, and binding heals 3 masks but depletes the silk bar underneath. We gain silk from striking enemies and can use it for spells or healing. Head to the left and find a breakable wall of vines, strike this 4 times and keep heading left. Hop over this first moss grub and continue until you reach another moss grub on a ledge. We can defeat them in 2 strikes and generate silk and collect shell shards, which are used to craft tools later in the game. I'm going to skip a lot of enemies, but feel free to farm them all for shell shards. Continue to the next screen and hop over the water all the way to the left, then climb up a level and start heading back to the right. This is a moss mirror, and they try to slam down on your head. Bait out the slam, sidestep, and follow up with 3 strikes. Keep heading right, avoid falling in the gap, and defeat this next moss mirror with the same method as the first. You can ignore this moss grub if you like, and climb straight up this ledge to find our first Mossberry, which you want to collect as soon as possible to receive the Druid's Eye, a powerful early game healing tool. You can ignore this moss mirror guarding it and drop down to the right to avoid the 2 moss grubs crawling on the floor below. Just keep heading to the right, and I'm skipping a brief cutscene where Hornet slows down and almost passes out. Then I use the silk I've collected to bind and reach full health. Keep heading right and hop over the gap. If you fall down, you'll have to repeat the section we just covered. Continue right and take out the moss mirror before hopping up a couple of ledges. On the 3rd ledge, you'll see a mauling. These guys curl up and roll around ledges. If you time it right, you can hop over and ignore him, but I like to play it safe and take him out with 3 hopping strikes. Then hop up the ledges to the left. To the right is an area we can't reach until later in the game. Continue left, hop up the ledges, and backtrack to the right a bit. You can drop down here to find a chest of shell shards. The second Mossberry is hanging on the ceiling out of reach, but it turns out we can pogo off this moss mirror and get just enough height to slash upwards and knock it down. Press down and attack simultaneously in the air, and Hornet dives at a 45-degree descending angle. If this feels awkward, don't worry, you can switch out your moveset later, but we're stuck with this pogo for Moss Mother, and this is a great way to practice. Head up and over the ledge to the left and continue that way, hopping over another gap that leads back to the start. Hop up 2 more ledges to the left and find another breakable vine wall you can destroy in 4 hits. Continue to the left to find the game's first bench. Sit here to heal your masks and to create a respawn point so that you don't have to start back from the beginning if you're defeated. Hop up another couple of ledges to find a pair of vine walls to your left. Destroy them both, and continue left to reach the boss arena. You'll be locked into the arena with the game's first boss, Moss Mother. Her first move is our opportunity to punish. She roars a bit before lunging across the ground with her stinger, get some space, and jump when she lunges at you. Just before she reaches you, press down and attack to dive at a 45-degree angle and pogo her for damage. You'll rebound off and land behind her. You have time to turn around and jump towards her for a second hit, then back off for space to anticipate her next move. Her second move is slamming the ceiling and making 3 rocks fall. Simply look for the pillars of light and stand in between them while making sure you maintain enough space for Moss Mother to react to her stinger charge. Her third move is summoning a moss grub from the ceiling to crawl around and stress you out. I suggest ignoring it until it's easy to deal with, and keep your eye on Moss Mother to anticipate her charge. You can take the grub out safely while she's recovering after a charge, just be careful not to land on it after your pogo. Then she stuns and you can get a couple of free hits in, and this indicates she's transitioning to phase 2. The only difference here is that she summons 2 grubs from the ceiling instead of 1, but your strategy remains the same. Deal with the grubs when they are close and easy to hit, but keep your eye on Moss Mother and enough distance to react when she charges. Then use her recovery time to quickly eliminate any remaining grubs instead of following up for a second hit. Don't get discouraged if you're struggling. This may be the first boss, but Silksong is a difficult game. Maybe you're new to the genre or a Metroidvania veteran who's still getting used to the new mechanics. Whatever the case, know that these bosses are intended to be difficult and take multiple attempts for most players, regardless of what you may hear from any haters or any negative rhetoric you might see online. Just keep trying and know your skills will develop over time, and you will get more powerful tools and new abilities as you progress. Eventually, you'll stun Moss Mother a second time and deal enough damage that she explodes. Nice. Congratulations, you've defeated Moss Mother and created Moss Orphans. Now you're ready to continue on your journey throughout Farloom and face the numerous exciting challenges that await. Head to the left after the doors open and ascend the rope to meet the chapel maid and receive your first quest. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. I'm Chastain on Gaming, and I'll see you next time.